Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2013, and may I wish you a happy birthday. Every year at this time the sun is in your sign, so that means it's a powerful time for you in lots of ways, but it's also a good time for you to take the space to sit back, take stock, have a review of the past year, and in general the way should be clear for you to start on something that you personally enjoy, on those sorts of things. And so you definitely have the permission slip to be a little bit more self-indulgent and self-centered during this time here, because if ever there was a time, it's now. And also to give more time and energy to aims and ambitions that are very close to your heart. Until the 5th, Mercury is still in this very background area, a lot of chatting going on, maybe within a bubble with others, kind of in the background, backstage. Your mind tends to be more introspective as well, but also more imaginative, more in touch with your subconscious, your intuition. However, when it comes to hard facts, you may be feeling as though certain things have been up in the air. You're at 6s and 7s in some sort of a way, and you can do your best thinking in kind of a dreaming, almost like trance-like sort of a way, in a restful, nurturing kind of environment where you maybe let go of the thing you're really wanting the answer to, and then go and, do the washing up, or get a cup of coffee, or go for a walk, and then things tend to bubble up to the surface in this area where Mercury is, and definitely this underpins spiritual energies, healing energies, but you can sort out some things within yourself during this time, work on yourself a little bit, ask yourself some questions about maybe old patterns, maybe the past as well, and tie up some loose ends, and kind of come to an agreement with certain aspects of your emotional reactions, maybe, and just decide to drop whatever is getting in the way of your happiness, really, and your well-being. But then Mercury moves on the 5th and then comes into the area to join the Sun, where the Sun will be until the 22nd, and that's in your sign. So putting you firmly in the stream of information exchange, mixing, mingling, socializing a lot more. There could be more to get your head around. There could be schedules and timetables to be juggled. It's definitely time for you to polish up your people skills, but also to develop more your ability with speaking, writing, getting that idea across as clearly as you possibly can. And at times there will be a lot coming at you, so engineer enough downtime for yourself. Venus has begun a mega transit of the sign after yours, Capricorn, and will be there until March 2014 in a money house, in a house to do with finances. So this is an area where that flow, the energy of Venus oiling the wheels and allowing more flow and throughput, will be coming into a financial area, which of course is good news. But you do need to work with that energy. It doesn't just land in your lap. These are weather systems coming in, so you need to meet the criteria of that weather system. Now this happens to be quite a balmy, warm, potentially abundant weather system coming in, but we can all mess it up. So just be aware that that is a supportive vibration for you. Buying, selling, renting, leasing, incomings, outgoings, that may be more on your mind, but if you apply for an upgrade, funding, or a rise or raise, or anything like that, the cards tend to be stacked in your favor with Venus here. But also Venus here can make us feel a little bit more like we want to put our hands in our pockets and buy this, that, or the other. So just just watch out for that one, because the energy hasn't got any opinion about which direction it's traveling in, and it's up to you to steer that energy more to becoming, maybe, so that you can gather it to you rather than push it, push it from you out there. It's a good time for acquiring, though, and it's a good time for upgrading in that that area of resources. So it might not be money, it might be to do with property, it might be to do with other kinds of resources, but whether it's cash or vegetables, or whatever else, this is a time for you to sit back and sort out, what is now most value to you, whether that is something you're doing, whether that's a relationship, whatever it is. What's most value, what's got to go up on the top of the priority list. So maybe shifting around the priority list a little bit more. Now, until the 8th, Mars is in the position that it's been in for a while, meaning that you had to put more effort into your outer image, your goals and ambitions in the world, career matters, professional matters for some of you. And this transit of Mars means that you've had to put a lot of physical effort into that area there. Physical effort into dealing maybe with people related to career or bureaucracy or those in positions of power. And you being very aware of creating the right impression. But also, this Mars energy can make you a little bit hasty, wanting to go a little bit more dynamically or faster than others, and feeling a little bit of tension with those in authority, maybe, with those related to what you do for a living, or just your general things that you want to get done in your life, and they're being uncooperative, they're being slow, they don't get it. And that's the way Mars is. So try to, strike the right note, try to take the middle way, don't be too hasty, and you can make good progress with the master plan. But then, of course, Mars is going to move on the 8th into this mega transit of the area of your chart, which is very progressive, Sagittarius. This long transit of Mars, lasting until next July, is going to get the ball rolling on probably more than one thing, because if you use the energy well, then you can make great strides with things that have maybe been on your mind for a while, on the back burner of your life for a while. Maybe you get a second shot at something that you couldn't complete before, or that you didn't have the confidence to do before. This transit of Mars is going to put you in connection maybe with a special group, or it's going to be connecting you with maybe more unusual ways of working, even unconventional ways, activities, or ways of doing those activities. It will connect. It's a very sociable area, so it's connections, it's networking, and you will tend to be the initiator here, because the Mars energy will push you to initiate, push you to take decisions, and there could be, as ever with Mars, tensions with certain people within that group, within that association, or with friends as well. And due to certain others, life can become very busy, and maybe you are getting tired out with all that stuff you've got to do for others. So just don't let that happen. Moderation in all things. But this is very much a future-orientated phase, when things maybe that have been shelved, sometimes for a very long time, can really start to, those great wheels to start to move forwards. And in general, it's a very progressive phase for you, and you can come across the unexpected, maybe, or unusual, or just how you see is irrational in your everyday life. But be open, be flexible, because this Mars transit is too good to miss. Now, on the 22nd, the Sun moves into the area to do with finances, the same area that Venus is in. So anything centered around money, property, possessions, large or small, they've got a real strong highlighting and a really quite a favorable light on them there. And whether you're protecting it, moving it, ditching it, or getting more of it, whatever it is, whatever the resource is, you can move forward with improving things on basic levels in physical, practical ways, and also physically, with health, well-being, your own or somebody else's. This can also be a helpful influence, once again, if you work the energy properly. Again, I will mention for you early Sagittarians that there is something that maybe you've got a blind spot in some area. Perhaps you're not seeing something for what it is. Also, you'll be feeling like you want to be more supportive, more helpful to others. These are those of you born just in the first 3-4 days of the sign in November, between the 23rd to the 25th of November. You don't have to be a martyr, but also this is a very high-level energy which takes you into the realms of soul, spirit, but also imagination. So it underpins anything that you could be doing for no personal gain, anything that you could be doing which is not ego and not commercial, anything artistic, anything related to healing, and hospitality, charities, anything like that, anything which needs your compassionate interaction. Great time for therapeutic practices. And if you've got Sagittarius rising 2 to 4 degrees, you're going to feel that energy the most this month. Until next July, Jupiter is putting the emphasis on the joint financial area, so materially your life could improve, and couple that with the transit of Venus until March. You really could grow and expand through the contribution of key associations or partnerships, but also can be enjoying yourself, along the way there. And this can mean more money in possessions being made available to you. You might even want to have a little flutter, and because your luck could be in. They will be opposing each other every now and again. So just don't overdo it with trusting to luck. There is always that danger with you, Sagittarius, and please don't overlook important details when kind of signing up to any kind of contract agreement related to money, property. But having said that, this is definitely in your favor, and it may be a different financial strategy or different setup that becomes a useful resource for you. And and so all of that on the material level, but also maybe some kind of moral debt is settled, whether that's from you to someone or the other way around. And you Sagittarians born the 7th to the 13th of December, or with 15 to 21 degrees of Sagittarius rising, would feel that energy the most this month. And in some ways, the current position of Saturn, as I've said before, is a precursor for when it enters your sign at the end of 2014. So you could be doing more inner work, clearing the decks, tying up loose ends from the past, in readiness for that, being aware of old patterns which always have you ending up in a place that you don't want to be. And you could be seen more as a supporter and the sort of enabler for others, and even the providing service more for others during this transit of Saturn here. And that's where, there will be a little bit more challenge. But just make sure that you look after yourself and, strike a healthy balance with that. And you Sagittarians born between the 8th and the 13th of December, or with 16 to 21 degrees rising, to feel that energy the most. And the relative positions of Saturn, Neptune and Jupiter will be helping you to take stock, get things sorted out, to do with the past, to do with your old patterns, but also help you heal. If there's anything going on in your physical it will help you to heal from that, and you will begin to build new foundations from the roots up when Saturn comes into your sign. So you really need to be using those energies in the way that you can at the moment. And that's it for December. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those, and it'll give you more of an idea of the bigger picture, perhaps, of what I've said here. And also, if you do want to know the degrees of the outer planets and how they may be affecting your sign, have a look at that. I update that every month on my website. And I hope you have a wonderful, happy time during the festive season, whatever you're doing. And I'll see you in the new year, but probably before.